Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Triangle Strategy walkthrough. Alright, so last video there we just did our Chapter 7 vote again. And I need to save my game here, and then we'll continue on.
House Wolfort surrenders their charge, Prince Roland, at Gustadolf's behest, sparing themselves from the Duchy's wrath. House Tellior surrenders their land, also buying their reprieve. Lord Silvio bends the knee, declaring absolute devotion to their Frosty masters. House Fawkes surrenders nothing, the last of the high houses to remain loyal to their fallen king. News of their countrymen's capitulations shocks Lord Landroy, leaving him with a grave choice to make.
I've brought the prince, Your Grace.
Gustadolf, you traitorous bastard! You'll pay for what you've done to my family! Mark my words! Gah!
Easy there, Avlora. We need him alive, after all.
I am sworn to do all in my power to keep you from harm, Your Grace.
The boy is overcome with emotion, and who could blame him? Perhaps this will quell his rage a bit.
Cordelia!
Brother! Let him go.
Indulge her, Avlora.
Oh, brother! Thank the heavens you're safe. They didn't hurt you, did they?
I'm fine. I thought I'd never see you again. Let us speak after. Surely the Archduke will afford us that small mercy.
Yes. Later, then.
Prince Roland, you are well aware of the position Glenbrook finds itself in, yes? Your kingdom is ours. House Tellior and House Wolfort have both bent the knee. Among the three high houses, only House Fawkes still proves recalcitrant.
You mean for me to convince Lord Landroy to submit?
Oh, nothing so tedious as that. I want you to order his death. I'm certain House Wolfort would be more than happy to oblige.
You're mad! I won't be a mouthpiece to your cruelty.
I know you've only just come into your responsibility, so allow me to offer a word of advice. A prince's first thought should ever be of his people.
What are you saying?
Landroy will not stand idly by for long. When he acts, and act he will, this land will once again be consumed by the fires of war. It is your duty as prince to quench that fire while it is yet kindling, lest you rule over a kingdom of corpses when all is done. You see that I am right, Your Highness. Give the order.
Alright, let's see here. We've got a couple of side stories to go through. So it says, here at Whiteholm Castle, whatever Erica and Thalos are scheming, it can only bode more ill for the kingdom of Glenbrook.
palace. Enjoying yourself, are you? I do wish you'd learn to temper your vices, brother.
And I wish you'd learn to live a little, sister. Well then, what is it?
We leave for the Falk's domain at once.
I thought those Wolfort dogs were to do the deed. Why must we go?
You really must use your head more often. The one atop your shoulders, that is. When have you ever known a dog to be obedient without some good measure of discipline?
Indeed. Very well then, dear sister. I shall be ready anon.
Alright, next up here is the Falk Street. So word of House Wolfort's and House Telior's surrender reaches Lord Landroy.
Twould seem the rumors were true, my lord. House Wolfort has delivered Prince Roland into Esfrost's clutches. And House Telior, my lord, they too have... My lord?
My good man, when you look at this painting, what do you feel?
It is our home. As beautiful and verdant in reality as it is depicted by a master's brush.
Indeed. It is a treasure, our land. Its safekeeping entrusted to us by His Majesty King Regna. May his soul rest in peace. An honor without equal. A duty worth fulfilling. At all and any cost. A duty I will not shirk from. Now or ever.
Alright, a missive arrives from the Whiteholm Castle to the fallen House Wolfort. The message it bears, unlike to be a happy one.
What? Invade the Falk's domain?
Such was the edict delivered to us by the Esfrosti messenger.
Ludicrous. They would have the High Houses turn on one another? We should be treating with House Falks, not stabbing them in the back.
Doubtless the Archduke has little regard for honor between houses. He views the Falk's land as a fruit ripe for plucking.
One which they would pluck for themselves. Or have us pluck for them, rather.
The decree was signed in Prince Roland's own hand.
Lies! His hand was forced.
Indeed, by my brother. And if we disobey, the Archduke would have good reason to make an example of us.
Gustadolf wins either way. We're trapped.
And yet, no trap is infallible, my lord. There must be a way to avoid the civil war the Archduke is intent on causing.
Aye, and I reckon Lord Landroy's of the same mind. He's the last man who wants to see countrymen slaughtering each other.
Agreed, but we must tread carefully.
If indeed it is the land itself that Gustadolf desires, perhaps an exchange can be arranged.
An exchange of what? Territory?
Just so. House Telior negotiated similar terms. Far from ideal, to be certain, but preferable to the alternative. Whether Lord Landroy will be amenable to such terms, however, is another matter entirely.
Still, it is our best chance. Let us treat with Lord Landroy. In the meantime, Esfrost must believe that we are playing along. Advance our forces to the Falk's domain.
Yes, my lord.
Right, a bird arrives, bearing grim news for Lord Landroy. The Wolforts have bent the knee to Esfrost. House Falks alone stands loyal to Glenbrook's fallen king.
What news from House Wolfort, my lord?
The Archduke has ordered them to march on our domain in Prince Roland's name. A clever ploy, if true. No matter the outcome, Esfrost profits. However, House Wolford claims to have no intention of blindly following these orders. They seek to parley, that we might together find a way to prevent the fall of the three high houses.
How will you respond, my lord?
How indeed. The Wolforts handed over His Highness to save their own hides, hardly an act that warrants our trust. That said, their desire to avoid bloodshed is no doubt sincere, if only to bide time to lick their wounds. And somehow, I suspect there may be more to this stratagem of theirs.
My lord, then you...
I shall grant them audience. Pen the reply.
At once, my lord.
Prince Roland has passed his decree. The complete decimation of House Falks is the order of the day. A chilling command, which would see one of Glenbrook's three high houses reduced to bloody rubble. Though penned in the prince's hand, the order was not his own. Forcing his hand was Archduke Gustadolf, a specter over his shoulders until the ink had dried. House Wolfort is given the command to uproot their erstwhile countrymen, and with heavy hearts, they march. However, the young Serenoa bears hope. Hope that bloodshed can be stopped. Hope that Lord Landroy can be convinced to see reason. Hope that the day is not far off when the realm will know peace again.
Alright, let's take care of this side story here at Citadel of the Sands. Receiving bird after bird, Sorceslay attempts to make sense of the tumult that has rocked the realm.
Oh, the Wolforts have been ordered to bring down House Falks, you say?
It would appear so. They entreat us for arms and provisions for the battle ahead.
A request we will deny, of course. I leave it to you to concoct a convincing reason.
Consider it done.
I do believe this little conflict between countrymen will play to our benefit. No doubt Landroy will spare no effort as he makes his last stand. Our day draws near, Booker, and we must make every preparation for its arrival.
And so it shall be.
Alright, next up is our exploration phase. It says House Wolfort makes pretense of marching its army on the Falk's domain, hoping to parley with Lord Landroy in secret without drawing the Duchy's attention.
The Falklands truly are the jewel of Glenbrook.
Aye. I don't see Landroy giving him up easily, even if it comes to war.
And that is why we will not simply give them up. We shall negotiate such that benefits may be reaped by all parties. Lord Landroy first among them. He is a reasonable man, yes?
That he is, my lord. But we cannot hope to make him see reason if we cannot speak to him face to face?
Should negotiations fail, we will find ourselves fighting on their terms. I must have a strategy at the ready. Behold the lifts over there, my lord. Typically, they are employed by those who work the land, yet I believe they might also serve us in battle. Should it come to that, we should not hesitate to take advantage of the terrain. It might behoove us to survey the land before Lord Landroy arrives. So the last time I did this was was my second pass through the game. And the battle that we've got to do here is kind of annoying because there's a ton of archers. And I'll be honest though, I think this time around I'm not going to repair this lift. This lift is actually broken and not actually usable in the battle unless you actually repair it. And yeah, you can actually even see this one over here is operational right now. And you can see the pulleys kind of actually turning, and that one is stopped. So again, I don't think I'm actually going to fix it this time. I actually just don't want to have to guard the bottom of this lift. So anyways, let's talk to Hewitt. We're going to do our two conviction choices really quickly, and then we'll just be done. First, I lose Prince Roland. Now I must turn my blade against my own countrymen. And not just countrymen, but House Falks, loyal retainers of the crown. I only hope we can resolve this with words alone. The Falklands produce all the grain in Glenbrook. We have to protect these lands for our people. We must try to persuade Lord Landroy to our cause, but he will inevitably have the final say on the matter. There's nothing to be gained from a fight between our houses. I hope to convince him that an opportunity lies before us. I mean, honestly, all of these are pretty solid answers. Indeed, no matter what happens, Esfrost is the victor. They have us in the palm of their hands now. Jesus, so it's freaking semis driving by. Anyways, they have us in the palm of their hands now. I wish there was more we could do. And let's talk to Eredar. Beautiful fields like these don't just sprout up overnight. It takes hard work. I can see why Lord Landroy's subjects are so loyal to him. Falklands truly are a sight to behold. Someday I hope to return and bask in the beauty of this land. Where I was surprised to see that harvesting took precedence over building any semblance of walls or fences. Lord Landroy is a man possessed of fierce loyalty. What would we do with this land where worst comes to worst? That's yeah, that's actually a good. I don't know. It's not really well, maybe it's kind of foreshadowing, right? He's asking a question like, what would he do with this land, if things didn't go right? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of foreshadowing. Let's go with the top option. We're gonna come back here someday. I have no doubt it'd be well worth the journey, but you've got to convince Lord Landroy first if you want that hope to become a reality. Right, for the domain and its people. Alright, that's gonna be it. We don't need to do anything else here. Lord Landroy should be arriving soon. Let us hope he is receptive to our terms.
Esfrosty forces muster at the border. They're preparing to advance.
Esfrost? What treachery is this?
While we were preparing for the parley, they snuck up on us unawares. What shall we do, my lord?
So the Wolford dogs have already learned some tricks from their new master, eh?
We await your command, my lord.
Split our forces in two. Send one regiment to the border. I shall lead the other to meet House Wolford in the field.
Aye, my lord.
We'll defend King Regna's gift until the last of us falls. The history shall know that House Fox did not bend the knee.
That was a really good play, actually, by Gustav to send Erica and Thalos over, and unfortunately, Landroy, you know, made the mistake of thinking that Serenoa and, you know, House Wolffort didn't want to actually parlay and actually, you know, speak with him. But anyways, we are going to save the battle for the next video. So as always, hope the guide was helpful, and thanks for watching.